Usually winter is the big time when you start a lot of seeds for your spring garden. But what a lot of people don't realize is once summer hits, which is at the very end of June, like the summer solstice, when that hits, you need to start thinking about your fall garden. A lot of things can be planted in the spring and in the fall because those cooler temps mean it works really well for certain things like greens, cabbage, lettuce, all those delicious early things we love. Right now, I am thinking of my fall planting of cabbage, cauliflower, and broccoli is at the end of June. And why do we think about it now? Well, if you're gonna start seed, which you kind of have to do because a lot of nurseries don't get in fall seedlings for you to plant because not as many people plant a fall garden. Don't even get me started, we all should. It's actually more fun, I think. So a good way to always know is to check on the back of different seed packets. And back here, it actually a lot of times will tell you when to sow inside, which is recommended, it even says on here. So in the spring, it's 4 to 6 weeks before transplanting outside, or, 12 weeks before your first fall frost. So that's when you plant them outside. So you need to start them even before. They need over a month of growing inside to get healthy, good seedlings that are gonna do well outside. So that's what we're doing. And I love to do it, especially in the fall since I'm doing smaller amounts. I do little peat pods. They're little compressed peats, which peat is just a type of kind of like growing medium, kind of like the soil. You put them in water, they grow up. Why do I like to do this? It's just kind of simple and carefree. I reuse these little trays over and over. And in the fall, I don't do as big a garden. So it's just a little bit more simple and clean. You can also do any starting way you like to do, whether it's little, 6 packs, 4 packs, whatever works for you. For a fall garden, there's kind of different things. So right now it's a little early to start your lettuce seed. They germinate a lot quicker and grow a lot quicker, and we don't need that. These things take a little bit more growing time. So your broccoli, your cabbage, and your cauliflower, this is when I like to start it to make sure it has a really good head start. There are different types you like to do. For me, I have certain ones that I always know do well. Golden Acre and Early Jersey Wakefield. I like them because they're just kind of like standards. They give you a great green, dense, heavy head. Early Jersey's a little bit more of a small head, but like it says, it's early, so it germinates fairly quick. If you have a shorter growing season, you think in the fall, or you're getting started a little late, look for one that has a quicker germination rate and a smaller window that it needs to get to full size, because that means you're gonna have ample time to do it in. And then I always like to do a few fun ones. So I'm probably gonna do, of course, I love a good Savoy cabbage. It's just a type of Savoy. And then I love this purple hued one. I just think it's fun. You can do whatever ones you're gonna use, whether it's just even kind of more of a standard purple. But like anything else when you're starting seeds, I like to start with really moist soil. So whether that's a peat pod or whether that is a little tray of starter soil, make sure it's moistened well. So if I'm mixing my own soil and putting it into little packs, I make sure to add water to it. I mix it thoroughly with my hands, make sure it's well moistened, and then put it into the packs. With these peat pods, since they are well moistened, I'm just slightly opening them up, breaking them up, because that is gonna make sure that the roots can move through them easily, and also it's gonna make sure that I'm able to get my seed down in there really easily. And I'm just gonna say, even though you're not supposed to have to, I always, when I do go to plant them and they have good root structure, I make sure to take this all off, just because I think it's hard for the roots to break through it, even though you're supposed to be able to. So, like anything, you wanna label them. You wanna take your seeds out, and in each little hole, I usually put about 2, just because you can always pull one out, but that way if one doesn't come up, which could be very normal, you don't have to worry about it. So you just put the seeds right in there, and if you do it traditionally, there's not really an easy hole, you just kind of rough up the top a little bit. Like if this is in a little tray maybe, you can just put a couple seeds on top. And I like to germinate them pretty close to the top, press them in slightly, and just put a little bit of dirt on top, and you're good to go. Seed starting is super simple and it's really quick. At this point, once everything would be planted, you wanna put the top on, and that's gonna create a greenhouse window. It's a clear plastic, almost any tray comes with this, or should, and you put it under a light. Growing lights are the best, but you can totally do this in a windowsill too, but a growing light is gonna give it even light and the right color temperature to make sure that they grow in the best environment. Keep them well moist, and it should look like there's condensation all over the inside of that, and that's gonna make sure that that seed stays moist, and then also it has enough moisture for its roots to go down in once it breaks through. As soon as you see your seedlings, you wanna take the top off, and make sure that they have good air circulation because they can get fungal diseases and anything else. So then you just want to water them from the bottom, pour water into the tray, make sure their roots have water, but their tops and here at the soil level stays dry and dries out. It's simple. It gives you the fall garden you want. It makes it so you can plant what you want when you want, which is the best freedom to have. So make sure to put these under lights and you are gonna have a great garden. If you like this video, make sure to comment below, share it with friends that need to know, because starting seeds and gardening is simple. Fall is a great time to get into it and start a little bit of a smaller garden. Can't wait to hear how you're using this and see your awesome gardens. Let's get planting. Go plant some seeds.